apologize. Our recruiting has been pretty good in reference to how we organically recruit. New people are bringing in new people, et cetera, but obviously getting the love. And this is an industry thing. It's not just FFL, but getting people to get on, go through the process and start writing business, of course, is, it's a challenge, if you will. But that being said, we want to make sure we're providing everybody with an opportunity to grow and build. Heck, we have anywhere between 12 and 16 people on this call every week. So all of you guys are either interested in building and growing, building an organization, getting an integrity partnership, or just having a few people on your team to help go out and help more families and make some extra income for your family. And we accept all of that. We'll help everybody with that as well. So very quickly, we will go through the process, but I'm going to do this in a little bit different order today. I wanted to talk about the recruiting stuff and see what some of you guys are doing. Renee, I know you're doing something. It's not that different, but you're probably, me and you might be the only two people that are doing it on this entire call. And then we'll just kind of throw it out there and see what you guys are doing. I can also let you guys know, I actually have not an appointment, but a meeting next week with an agency that actually does recruiting specifically for insurance companies or insurance agencies like ourselves. And the second part of that is I have been looking for some other places because of the FTC. Hopefully you guys know what's going on with that. There were some things that in reference to how we were, and I say we, I mean the entire FFL organization, posting numbers, posting sales, those kind of things. We can no longer do that. So we have to recruit differently. That being said, what's happened with that is we are no longer able to, at least using FFL's name, we are no longer allowed to use ZipRecruiter. Now, if you want to do it on your own, you can. You just cannot mention FFL. But ZipRecruiter, Monster, all those things, if you've priced them out, they are extremely expensive. Wait for you to get candidates in, but they're extremely expensive. So that being said, I will let you guys know next week how it goes with that place. And then I've got a couple of others that I've got feelers out that I've already reached out to their companies to help with that. When that information does come in and I share it with you guys, we could do some type of cost sharing and even set up a separate meeting with their reps so that they can go through and you can answer whatever questions you want. So I apologize for being long-winded there, but I just want to let you guys know what I'm doing in reference to trying to help the recruiting process. So,
hey, Corey.
Yes.
And how I even brought up the idea is because on Monday's call with Eric, that's what they were talking about is, obviously there's a decrease in social media because of all this. And what are different ways to do it? Or is there something to share that you can, either somebody creates it that you could share with others, especially since we're adding on the Medicare, supplemental, everything like that. Like, what are different ways to do it? They even talked about attending certain events that you recruit when you go to these events. So that's just something, like I said, they just started the process on Monday talking about it. And people were, throwing out some ideas, but they were struggling. And a lot of them said, yeah, they have decreased a lot, or they don't really do anything just because it's like, who really cares how many families are protected? They're like, it made a bigger impact when you actually had a number versus, families. That's how they felt.
Right. But, and it's all warranted, right? And it's easy to look at. And thank you for bringing that up. Thanks for the message the other day, Chrissy, because I think this is important to what we do if you're going to build. I will tell you that this is just my personal opinion. You guys can take it or leave it. And Tim brought this up to me. We've had this I talk to Tim every day. We were talking about this months ago, that at some point, this is going to come to a head and how we post and what we post is going to change. And it did. This is when I think the true recruiter shows up, where you have to recruit with the technical skills and the things and what we bring to the table. I will tell you that, in my opinion, and some of the things that I've said in Amy meetings that she's been in, our platform, having a website, having a recruiting meeting like this, having a true onboarding process to bring people into is different than a lot of other organizations here. So that's the first thing. The second thing I will tell you that I don't see much of out there, and guys, I'm on social media all the time, unfortunately and fortunately, I guess, because of our business, but posting is important. It just is. And if you post and keep posting and post and keep posting, people are going to see it. They might not understand what, a certain amount of families are and a certain amount of families and those kind of things. They might not understand that. But at the same time, if you continue to post, you're going to get people's attention. I'll tell you the best things to post is third-party stuff, somebody else's stuff, especially for people that know you. And you consistently posting, because a lot of people think people get in insurance and they get right back out. So even if they are interested, they're looking for your consistency. Again, I don't know why I've been so long-winded this morning, but I just wanted to point that out. So a lot of my direct recruiting, you guys, has come from social media. For any of you guys that are on Facebook, I flood Facebook. I try to do about 4 to 5 posts a day with some type of different information. But here's the deal. Canva is what I use. I create a lot of my content at night. And that way throughout the day, I can just post it throughout the day. Same thing I do on Slack. It takes time. It's like meal prep, right? It takes time to do that, but I don't think hardly any, and I'm not stepping on anybody's feet here, but hardly any of us post on social media. So if you're not doing some type of digital stuff, what I'm going to ask Renee to talk about what she's doing here in a second. If you're not doing some type of digital posting and you're not using Monster, ZipRecruiter, any of those type of sources, there's no way for you to recruit. You're going to run out of family and friends. Thank you, Christy. Renee, if you don't mind talking about what you're doing.
Sure. So everybody knows that I'm trying to keep my production up. You know, I'm really trying to get my logo. So I'm trying to start with something that might be a little bit more low key, but hopefully grab some attention. So it's kind of a 2-part right now. I just put together a job ad for Craigslist. Craigslist is only $35 a month. You just have to be careful in what you say. I made sure that I looked at several different ads and ran it by Corey before I posted it, and made sure that I didn't specify anything as far as dollar amounts. But also having a website to send people to. So I have my own website that mirrors Corey's, just because I wanted to keep it clean to my organization where I could keep track of things a little bit more personally. But using FFL, Join FFL Genesis is a great tool, because all you have to do is have them, put in the message box that you referred them, or whoever referred them to our organization. And my plan is to reach out to some agents that are currently licensed and potentially have like a meeting over the weekend where maybe I can gauge the interest level of the different agents and see if I can maybe get a few of them all together at one time, and just have maybe Corey and Tim come up and we all do, like a weekend crash session, with some already licensed agents to share the experience, the opportunity with them. So, I mean, I need to get better about posting. I'm terrible about that. I'm so focused on making my dials, and I think we can all improve in that area. I think if you can at least every evening, you can. Corey, what is that website that lets you set your posts up for a certain time? Do you remember the name of that?
There's all kinds of them. I've used a couple in the past. I don't particularly like those because it doesn't let you, it blocks you from doing certain things. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So I think it's just.
No, go ahead, Renee. I'm sorry.
I think it's just going to be important, even if you can just post once a day while you're on your way to an appointment. That's going to be my goal this next week, is to try to at least incorporate 1 post per day. And, yeah, it might take you 5 minutes to put it together, but okay, if it helps further your business, you got to do stuff like that. I mean, you're the owner of your own business, and if you want to grow, that's what it takes. Not all of us can do what Corey does. He's, multifaceted and super talented, and he gets all this stuff together like nobody's business, but we can post once a day. You can post once a day. So,
and I will tell you, Renee, first of all, thank you for saying that. Second of all, you're spot on. Here's another thing, guys, and I just want to spend a couple minutes before we get back into the process here. Christy, please bring up anything else that you want to talk about, or anyone else for that matter. If you guys are up for here, I'm putting myself back out there again. I'm happy to do a session or record it or whatever on how to use Canva. I'm in Canva Canva, and I tell Amy this all. Canva's like one of my favorite things to do. It's kind of stimulates my creativity. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick and show you guys a couple things that I put together last night. And guys, all you have to do once you have them made is just save it and then just post it. So I've got ads, I've got all kinds of stuff that I already have put together. So literally, like I did this one last night. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I literally, guys, and again, I've been using Canva now for probably, I don't know, Amy, maybe a year or something like that, maybe slightly less than that. But it's just a matter of taking the time and going out there and do it. Heck, if you guys go out there, I could show you. We could do a Saturday session in the morning, and I could literally walk through every step of Canva and show you how to do this. Once you start playing around with this, it's really easy. And then you can just copy, paste, change pictures, and it's all right there. I think this app, I think we have the biggest program they have, and it's like $15 a month. So if you're really serious about building your bit, you will run out of family and friends. You're going to have to do things like posting on LinkedIn, posting on Facebook, posting on, those kind of places, unless you're working with the company that's doing your posting for you. But guys, I've gotten good enough at Canva. I'm not perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing. This took me 10 minutes, literally. So once I have the platform built, then I can just go in and click and move forward with it. Here's another one that I created yesterday. Again, it just takes 10 or 15 minutes to create these things. It might not look super professional, but it looks clean. It doesn't look like somebody did this on their computer, right?
I'm definitely down for that training session.
Yeah, I mean, guys, this stuff isn't complicated at all. So I'm gonna take it even a step further. Okay, here's another one that I made last night. So if you look at it, guys, hopefully there's no typos in this because I'm right like a fifth grader. No disrespect to fifth graders if you guys have any, but check this out. If you look at the content here, look at this layout. It's the exact same thing. So all I did is went in and changed the picture and moved some things around. It's the exact same verbiage. So I took created this template, and all I did was just move things around. So I'm going to take this a step further since we're talking about it. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and go into Canva, right? And here's the information that we're talking about. You guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Check this out. So I'm going to copy. Let me find one let's see. Yeah, this one will be easy to do. So I'm just going to copy that one. Okay, so all I did was and I'll show you guys this when we do the session. All I did was copy that. So if I want to add more pictures or change the background or whatever the case is, I'm just going to go to the left, hit background, and change the background. I mean, it's literally that simple. I'm going to put chocolate in there. So you could do whatever, it doesn't take that long. And once you have the template, and then if I wanted to move something, like I wanted to use this particular piece right here, I just click on it and I could drag it down to this one. So once you have the template built, it doesn't take any time. You could spend maybe an hour and build 15, 20, 30 of these. And then throughout the day, just post it. Here's another thing I do too. That will probably help you guys out here. So I have ads already created. Now, I know some people, can you send me those? You're going to change it, flip it, whatever the case is, because it's not going to be your verbiage. But I'm wanting you guys to see what I do here. Even all the way down to who's tagged in the ad, I already have it built. So all I have to do is come out here, copy, paste, grab one of my ads, paste it in there and post it on Facebook. It takes 15 seconds, but it's just a matter of taking the time to build these. I love Canva. Canva is a great tool. It's easy to use. I'm happy to train you guys on it. And this is a way for us again, kind of flood the market again, because even though the big sales and all that kind of stuff, I know a lot of people like, man, I can't recruit anymore because I can't put down that I sold 10,000 last week. This is just as much important, if not more important, because people didn't believe that was happening anyway. That's why we had to take it down. That's why we can't do it anymore. So in my opinion, this is where the true recruiter, comes into play. So does anybody have any questions about this? I love Canva. I could do this stuff all day long. It's very simple to do. Very simple. Very simple stuff. So I'll put a time out there. I don't know what you guys got going on. Maybe this Saturday morning, since I don't have my daughter, I'll put a time out there at maybe 9 o'clock Saturday morning before I hit the field. and just spend an hour showing you guys how to build different programs and build different stuff on Canva. And you guys can watch me do it. I can highlight things and everything else. So I'll get that out there today if anybody is interested. I don't want to set that up there and then nobody shows up either, because that happens a lot. So are anybody interested in that, or am I just talking to myself?
I'm interested.
Okay, perfect. I'll put that together Saturday morning. The earlier the better for me. Is 9 o'clock too early or too late?
I can do even earlier.
No.
I'm an early person.
Saturday.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, let's do it at 7:30. Okay, I'm making a note now, 9 a.m. on Saturday, and we'll spend an hour, however, I won't set anything until 10:30 for my own personal appointment. And then we'll just, this is the kind of stuff that we'll train on Saturdays and all that. But yeah, I'm happy to show you guys how to do this. It's super simple. And Amy plays around in it a lot too, to use for different things. So the stuff that you guys see us posting on Canva and all, or excuse me, posted on our Slack line and all that, that's where this comes from. This is not rocket science. It just isn't. And once you learn how to do it, you're gonna be like, oh man, this is super easy. You can do it on your phone. So if you're sitting at your kids' games or sitting someplace bored, you can see, I mean, it's really easy to, like this one. Let me give you, show you one more example. All I did, you guys can see it looks exactly the same. All I did, made the megaphone smaller, flipped it, and drug that the content just changed, and that changes a completely different app. That's it. And then I archive them on my iPad. So it's anytime I can go in, I have them set up under ads, go in and grab one, come back out to my stuff and post it. I mean, you literally could post the Genesis website and go from there. I wish Ryan was on here. Ryan V, he had somebody that reached out. He posted something online. They went to the website. The guy went to the website, the Join FFL Genesis website, went through it, sent an email through there. And now Ryan has a recruit. And all he did was just posted the website. He didn't even have anything like this. He just posted the website on Facebook and got a recruit. It works, guys, if we do. It's just a matter of posting and continue to post because it's consistency. So I digress. All right. Anybody have any other questions about Canva? And again, I'll set the training up for Saturday. I'll get that information out there. All right. So another thing that I wanted to bring up in full disclosure, you guys can still see my screen, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. We have partnered with a lead vendor called LeadFire. You guys, and I'll put this on Slack this morning. Full disclosure, I get $1 of every lead that's sold, but I'm donating it back to charity. Okay. Here's the cool part about this though. Because of my relationship with these guys, you can see the lead cost is $14. But because you guys are a part of the Genesis agency, you guys get 20% off every day, all day, 24/7. And it's just Fire 20, which I'll get to you. So take a look at the site whenever you guys get a chance. I'm going to put this out there on Slack, but you guys get 20% off of every lead, 24/7, 365. Here's the other cool thing about these. These are SEO based, search engine optimization based. So again, you can talk to your recruits about when they come on that we have a lead vendor that we've partnered with. And then we've got 2 others that we've been working on, mainly Tim, but Tim and I have been working on as well, that are going to pay some dividends for some of us that are on this call moving forward. So want to let you guys know about that. Again, you guys get the 20% every day, 24/7, 365. And again, very quickly, what I mean by SEO, don't mean to get technical, search engine optimization. It's none of that stuff that when people go on Facebook and autofill or all this other, all these are search engine, which means they had to go to Yahoo, Google, Bing, Safari, whatever, and actually type in life insurance. And then from there, they had to type in the 10 points of information. And it is an exclusive lead that comes directly to you real time. So when they hit the button, it comes directly to you. So if you take 20% off of $14, I think that's $11. And there will be times also where we'll be able to get 30% discounts out there as well. But you guys have 20% off all day, 24/7, 365. Take a look at the site when you guys get a chance. If you have any questions, let me know. I can get responses back to you. But it's getleadfire.com, and fire is FYRE, as you guys can see.
I can tell you guys, I ordered 30 and I got all 30 of them in a day and a half.
That's pretty good. And they come already with a picture on them. So they're like door knockable and all that kinds of stuff. And just so you guys know this too, because again, from a recruiting standpoint of being able to say you have leads that are real time and not very expensive and all that, you make one or two, guys. If you think about 30 leads at $11, I mean, you're talking less than $300 for 30 leads. I mean, it's pretty good. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I just wanted to put that out there now that the site is up, everything's good, everything's been corrected and all that kinds of stuff. All right. Thanks, Renee. A couple more things. Christy, did you have anything else from a recruiting standpoint or anybody else before we move forward?
No, I mean, I just think, from time to time when we're on the call, like if something's working that somebody wants to share, or, they have an idea of what other people are doing, what they see, if they have a business coach, anything like that.
Yeah, no, please do. We welcome that for sure. And I appreciate you taking the time to reach out to me to say, hey, can we do this on the meeting? I trust me when I tell you, I appreciate that very much. All right, so recruiting, I got that down. I'll let you guys know how that goes with those meetings as well, with the recruiting companies. Wanted to point out a couple of things on the website because I think this is important from a recruiting standpoint when you're talking to someone about bringing them on and those kind of things and letting them know what resources we have. Obviously, leads is one of them. This site is another. You guys can see we've changed a lot to our website over the last couple of weeks. This product breakdown is very, very good, very good. But you guys can see we've also changed some things on here: mortgage protection, life insurance, family first, Medicare, the supplemental things that we're getting ready to offer now with Cigna is coming. And then, of course, Medicare supplement that's coming. And we have a couple of other things we're working on as well that we're going to be testing here with a choice few of you guys here within the coming weeks that Tim and I are working on. Medicare, this takes you directly to the Medicare site. So as it was just mentioned, I think by Renee or Christy, I apologize, ladies, just a little bit ago, there's a lot of places out there that once their Medicare season is over, they're just kind of hanging back, waiting for the next season to happen. And they're doing this, that, and the other. That's a great time for us to be able to bring those people in and then the cross-sell life insurance and now the disability products with Cigna. So we connected everything so they can get right there to that site. And then the portal, I'm not going to go over Gateway that much because we've been talking about that for weeks. I think everybody understands what that is at this point. And then we'll have some new videos out on the social media as well here coming very soon. So those are just a couple of the minor sites, if you will, or minor things that were changed on the Genesis site. We've added LeadFire to that as well, just in case you guys forget. We'll post that on our Slack line daily now, since we got everything up and partnered and working with that. Another thing that I wanted to show on the FFL Genesis joint site, if you will, which Renee has done a great job of mimicking this site to that. Guys, anything I do, I'll just let you guys know. Take it, steal it, borrow it, redo it. I don't care. You guys are on the team. You can take anything that's been put out there as far as I'm concerned, that I've put out, content. I don't care what it is. Share it, flip it, change it. I don't care. Just so you guys know that. We made the changes. There were some videos out here that had to be changed. So those changes have been made. The overview, this is the brand new 2022 overview. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend that you watch it. And I'll show you guys. We'll maybe put up another Saturday training on interviewing and proper way to interview. And I can maybe do a mock interview with a couple of you guys as well. We'll put that out there for Saturday as well. But this has been updated: term, whole life, universal life, Cigna supplemental. That's new to the site because we'll be able to offer that stuff here soon. Medicare is coming, and then of course annuities. So that's been updated on our site as well. Again, this is the site for recruiting. We've got all these videos cleaned up now. Compensation, nothing changed there. And then the virtual site, they locked it down just for, I don't want to say security purposes, but there's numbers and things like that on there. They didn't want to change the site, but we put the password down there. The password is success. So no reason to try to hide that. If somebody actually goes in there, then that's on them, right? And then of course our podcast, which we're going to fire that back up and have a newsletter that's going to be starting soon as well. So very quickly, since we are talking about recruiting, Amy and I have been diligently working on a newsletter. What's going to happen with that newsletter? Anybody that's come through our system here in the last year, obviously we have information on them. So we're going to put them on our newsletter, and once a month, maybe bi-weekly, we'll send that information out to them. And if they decide, maybe somebody, when you recruited them, maybe their head was in a different place, and 6 months from then, they decide they want to come on board. If they come back in and no one else on our team has recruited them, that recruit will come back to you. So just keep that in mind. That's something else that we're working on that you guys will see that here on social media very soon. So any questions before we move forward? Just wanted you guys to see the updates, find out about the new lead vendor that we've directly partnered with, moving forward from there. All right. Amy, anything you wanted to add before we move forward?
No.
Okay, perfect. Anything anybody else has to add? I know it's early. All right. Thanks again, Christy. I appreciate it. Bila, were you going to say something? You just lit up.
No.
Okay.
Just trying to figure where the world I'm going.
All right. So guys, again, just talking to some people, I've befriended somebody's agency's doing about $500,000 a month. We've got a pack that we will talk no matter what, at least every couple of weeks. So I spent about an hour on the phone with Brandon yesterday, just talking through some things that were pretty cool that we'll be able to bring into the fold of what we're doing. We got a lot, guys. I got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, but at the same time, just trying to slowly roll it out so it's not too much, and drink from for those of us that are old enough, if you will, from the proverbial water hose and not a fire hose, if that makes any sense. So WorkSpots, can anybody tell me what WorkSpots is and what the cost of it is? I know most of you guys have been on for a while, so you get it. All right, WorkSpots, $99. Obviously, you guys know that $99 will provide you offices. I think we're over 300 offices. I think Sean said that the other day at another grand opening. 300 plus offices across the country. $99 gets you into those offices anywhere. You can make dials, do your thing there, etc. $99. Obviously, you can write it off. AML, anti-money laundering. Seems like we've made a very hard switch over to WebCE. WebCE provides you an opportunity for most of the carriers will accept it. Obviously, Prosperity, you have to do your own through them. And then some of the other carriers will require you to do theirs. Keep in mind here over the next several weeks, you may see some of the carriers ask you to complete anti-money laundering for them, because cryptocurrency has now become a part of the fold, which is crazy to me. But a lot of companies are now, I know 3 life insurance companies that are now starting to take cryptocurrency. So of course, we're going to have to be proficient with AML because of that. See how long that lasts, right? Boot camp. Another thing that we're working on is our own boot camp. I think the boot camp that FFL put together is good, but it's outdated. They haven't changed anything in a long time. There's new products, there's new ways to do things. So we're currently working on that as well, putting that together. Yes, they'll still get the discount for leads, all those kind of things as well. So something else we're working on. The leadership and I are getting together and doing different training videos on the main products that new agents will use, so they can literally go on and watch a complete application being done. There'll be a training obviously with Gregory showing you UL. There'll be one doing WinFlex, those kinds of things. As the agents are getting started, they will always have reference to that. It'll be password protected so that they can go back at any time and watch those videos. And as things are getting updated here at FFL or our organization, we will change and update those videos so it will be real time. Everybody gets Slack, right? You want to get your agents on as soon as you shake hands with them and get them going. Can anybody tell me why that's important to get them on Slack right away?
To keep them connected with the group. Oops, sorry, I realized I still have my other call on. To keep them connected with the group and see what's going on. And then if they're delayed, at least they're, in the loop, watching what people are submitting in sales, keeping up with communication, and even all the calls, all the meetings, everything are listed there. Basically anything you need's on there. So instead of asking, look first.
Thank you, Christy, for saying that. Yeah, and that's what Slack is. I couldn't have said it better myself, so I will move on. Everybody on here is on Slack and proficient on it at this point. Prosperity, you guys know this. When your new agents come on, make sure that they are that you're sending them their link. Obviously, we know that the next level onboarding process is coming. It's being beta tested right now. So that will require people getting licensed with AMM, Americo, and I think AIG within the first 24 hours. And then Prosperity, the 4 carriers within the first 24 hours here in the next couple months to get writing. Also, make sure you're checking that you have the freedom term on there. Make sure that freedom term is on there when you send that over to your agent so that they're getting set up properly in the beginning. Now, the person that I talked to the other day, he told me they've kind of made a switch and a change of what they're doing. And this is, I'm not going to say any names, because you guys probably might not know who this person is anyway, but the person that he's partnered with is getting ready. They're in talks right now of their integrity partnership. So this person is basically saying, hey, this is what they're looking for. This is what you should be doing. So he's prepping them for what they should be doing moving forward. And his agency is really starting to build and grow because of it. So it's nice having those resources outside our little circle that we can, kind of share information back and forth. What I'm getting at with that is what they're doing to build, and this is very important for you guys that are trying to build, is when we're talking about our splits. Your first 3 legs, especially when you're bringing somebody on and they identify themselves like there's all kinds of examples of you guys, but like Renee, right? Renee is a huge producer. She's doing all the things that she needs to do. She's leading from the front. She's getting an office. She'll obviously have work spots there, all those kinds of things. When you're doing that, you bring somebody on and they have no experience, it's okay to put a 15-20% split between you and that person. You're not here for charity. And then once they start writing, you write that first, whatever it's 10 or 15,000, whatever you want to do, just stay consistent with it. So you don't want that in your organization, right? Well, you told them 15 and me 10. They write their first 15,000 issue pay, bump them up 5%. Again, that way you still have that 10% or so split between you and that person, because there are going to be things they need help with, right? When they get to a situation to where they're really good and they're getting their office and they're doing all those things and they don't need your help, 5% is probably kosher, no more than 10, in my opinion. So that's some of the stuff that we're starting to find. I know we've been talking about this, but that's what's really going on to help people build that infrastructure. Another thing that I was privy to yesterday, I know Tim and I have had conversations about this. You will hear a lot of people here say, all you really need is 2 legs here to build. I will ask you guys, can a table stand with 2 legs without leaning it up against the wall? No, it can't. Unless you know something about physics or math that I don't, it's not. It can stand with 3. Stands better with 4, super stable with 5. 6, it's never going to fall over. Like, you're going to have to flip it over, right? As many legs as you can have. And what I mean by that is people that you're developing that have raised their hand and said, hey, I want to get into leadership and do what you guys are doing. That's what you're looking for. That's what integrity is looking for those of you guys that are wanting to get there. So I know I was long-winded, but anybody have any questions about that? I love having those conversations with people because I can bring it back here and it just speeds up the process for us as well. Very good. All right, Amy, did I miss anything before we cover top to bottom? I know we do this every single week, but just want to make sure I'm going to cover just 2 parts of this. All right, I can't see you right now, so I'm guessing you're giving me the thumbs up. All right, so 2 things. Once the person comes on, you shake hands with them. They say they're ready to go. You get their info. You put it in the onboarding form. If anybody needs to see anything that I'm saying, I'll put it on the screen. But you put their information in the onboarding form, whether they're licensed or not. You guys know the deal if they're licensed, and you need the NPN number and their home state. If they are not licensed, they're going to get a welcome email that's going to have their information for them to go and get set up for the exam. Obviously, we use Excel solutions. When I'm working with people, I literally go in and pull up Excel solutions and show them. If I'm in person, easier to do, right? If we're virtually, we're already on Zoom anyway, so I just pull it up and show them. You're going to have to show them one way or the other. I'd rather do it on the front end, right? They're going to go through, complete the stuff. You give them 2 weeks to take their exam. If they don't, move on. I had to keep them to the list. I'm not saying you kick them out of your life, but just move on, because if you're other than that, you're going to be chasing them. They're going to be telling you about the sick dog and the flat tire and the weather and everything else, right? We've all been there. That's tried to recruit. Once the person is licensed or a licensed person, well, let me take a step back. Once they do pass their license, please reach out to Amy and I with their NPN, or you can just send the license over, letting us know that they've passed the exam. That way we can get the pertinent information over to them to start the licensing process, which is obviously evolving right now because of the next level system. Once that person gets licensed or they are licensed, they're going to be sent a link, and it's going to be for HCMS. Now, Amy, let me know if anything else has changed, because I know all this stuff is different now a little bit. They're going to complete the information for HCMS. It's then going to send them a second email letting them know they've done that. And now they have to complete all this stuff on HCMS. Now, Amy, if I get cloudy, just go ahead and step on my feet here. I'm perfectly fine with that. Once they do that, they're still going to get the link to complete everything for Surance Bay. When they go into Surance Bay, they're only going to complete Americo, AIG, Mutual of Omaha. That is it. That has not changed. And you're going to send them Prosperity. That's exactly what we've been doing before. So I know we have the new ILC setup and ILC site, but nothing's changed. From there, they're going to come back to HCMS and they're only going to do AMAM, Foresters, Aetna, John Hancock, Great Western, and Transamerica. That is it. So they should be able to start writing within their first couple of days here because they will have those carriers coming up here. So it's next level. And they have Prosperity day one. Any questions? Amy, anything you have to add?
Just that we're not adding them to CRM anymore. Once we invite them to HCMS, it automatically kicks out the invitation to ILC.
And we're looking at, thank you, Amy. We're looking at something now. We were talking back and forth, Amy and I, yesterday to even automate this thing even more. You guys put the information in the system from a hiring standpoint, and it starts a sequence of events, and they just get everything via email. Nothing has to be manually touched. So we're looking at automation is great. It eliminates human error, as you guys know, and it keeps things simple and seamless, etc. So we're definitely putting some money behind that for sure. Anybody have any questions? Christy, thank you for your text. I guess I can say late last week, asking for, just us doing a little bit something different here. Hopefully it's been informative for you guys. I'll let you know how the conversations go with the recruiting process, with some of the recruiting companies that are out there to help. If we want to do a cost share with that, if it makes sense, we can do that. But when I tell you guys, this is my life, this is all I do 24/7, 365, and I don't have my daughter. It's all I do. Constantly trying to look for ways for us to get better, more proficient, and help move everybody's career here faster, whether it's sales or leadership. So if no one else has anything, thank you guys again for your time. Amy, thank you. And bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.